All right, we're gonna find out what's going on behind the wall here. See how they mounted and see what the spray foam looks like. Thick over here, really thick over in the end over there. I think what I'll end up doing is doing another layer, maybe a Thinsulate, and then do a Thinsulate and then a vapor barrier over that. But you can see, I mean, they did an exceptional job. I mean, they basically just kicked this wall out so that they can make it easier. They didn't have to cut out around there. I like the idea of what they did. This is a 5.5 inch air gap right here, and I can't have that. I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do here. I'll clean all this up, bring out my kill mat and my flooring where I want it, and go from there. All right. It was actually really well thought out. They did a really good job on this van. All good material. I'll be able to find use for it. I'll catch up with you when it's done. All right, hey, we're back. I've had plenty of time to think about this wall and how I'm gonna do it. There's so many different ways I can do it. So far I've furred this out. This is just 3/4 and 1/2 inch glued together and then tack screwed through and glued on. Next I'll do some furring strips here, and then I got to figure out, there's a lot of weird little things over on each side, so I'm gonna have to figure it out. And all right, I'll update you as I go. All right, so I got some of these, I got the panels cut out how I want them, and then I ended up doing some reinforcements and furring back behind there on the ribs. I'll show you that in a second. Right now though, originally when I put the plywood in the floor, I kept it long because I didn't know exactly where I needed to cut it at. But now that I have this panel ready to go, I can draw exactly where my floor wants to be, and so that's what I'm going to do now. And you can see this gap right here, that's going to go away as soon as I let the panel drop wherever that floor is at. And you'll see here in a second how I have this all laid out. It's actually pretty cool. So now I got that marked. I can pull this out and show you. So yeah, this, I'll secure this here, and that's my furring out on that little part. That was it's a weird little angle right here. There's several different weird angles with these Chevy Expresses. Like right here, I have a plan for how I'm going to do this. But then up here, I furred it out. This is a 1/2 inch, and then the this blower panel goes right up against here, and I'll glue it and bolt it. Same with here, and then back over here. It looks like that's good. That's 3/4 furred out, and I just made that span and then put a little gapper right here. That seemed to work fine. And then I'll show you what's going on the upstairs when I get up there. Now the next part of the build for this, I'm not going to secure this panel yet. I'm going to add more insulation. I got Thinsulate and vapor seal it. So that's the next step, is Thinsulate, more insulation, and vapor sealing that. And then I'm going to run some power through there and another power up in this area before I start putting panels up. I got a bunch of these heavy duty L brackets that I flanged out, bent out a little bit to fit the curvature on this. It's going to hide back behind here, rivet to the wall of the van, and then I'll bolt it through. I'll use like a nylock bolt nut on the end of it or something. And then here is where the infrastructure, my infrastructure for my wall build. So I'm going to get all this pre-done. I'm going to do T-nuts on the back side so I don't have to actually drill into this with any screws, hopefully, well, as little as possible. This is what one will look like hidden away. So that'll bolt through, and here's where I'm going to have some infrastructure. Now this desk is, it's recycled from the original build. This was an armory van, and this was a lock box. I'll buy a lock. I'll have good storage in the van. This isn't actually going to fit up against the wall. It's going to be bumped out to about right here. Hey, quick little trip to San Diego, and right now we're chilling at Seaport Village, just checking stuff out, getting ready to grab a bite to eat, and soon.
Toes in the sand.
I'm running Romex up in the galley in the office, and then I got a 14 gauge for LED lighting and stuff, and the Romex I'm using is the 12-3 with ground type B. So yeah, and then I got it all nice and tight. It's running up there all the way around, and then down to where my battery bank is going to be at, behind my driver's seat. And the only thing I have left to do is I got some extra butyl sound deadening that I am going to put in a couple places where there's steel, just to protect the shielding. There's a place back there, right there, a couple places right there, and then I should be good. And then I'll put that panel on. Started putting the Thinsulate over here. You see the spray foam, then we're using Thinsulate, and then I'll put a vapor barrier here. I got my wiring all done. Okay, I did use Romex, and before you start yelling at me in the comments, yes, I understand the risks running a solid core wire in a vehicle application. However, and I have it all nice and tight. It's all hotted together. It's not going to be any vibrating. I've got it protected, and ultimately, if I end up needing to change it, I can terminate it here and terminate it right back here where it exits the wall, and then run whatever I want over this way. But for now, I needed to move on with this wall. I don't really see much of a problem with it. I feel confident in it. So, all right, yeah, I'm using this flashing tape as to tape up all my seams and cracks. time to look at the different layers that I have going on here. Like so. And you can see I got TNuts going, so my framing. But yep, I got to finish that one up, and then I'll be able to start putting my panels up. Right, here we go. So I got to finish this, and this was the area I was talking about, how it's just really hard around here. The way that I have it come pretty much flush right here, I don't have a way to mount it over here, so literally the wood needs to come right up to this point right here, so it's leveled out. And I'll put some kind of back plate here along the way. I can use the same kind of plate mounts over here on this side, securing it, very similar there. But yeah, as you can see, man, this ain't going nowhere. So this is the where my galley will start. So that's the framing for the bottom side of my galley. But then you can see down here, that'll be easy for me to box that in and be able to make it accessible, so it won't be a permanent box. I'll be able to put hinges on a lid or something, and be able to haul like weird stuff like straps, stuff that I don't have to get to that often, maybe tire blocks or something. And then I'll secure all these. I'll put some kind of shim in here. The FRP paneling is going to follow this curve, and go all the way down. It'll come right up under here, and then this will be up tight. It's not secure yet, so this will be up tight and nearly flush right here. So the FRP panel will continue across and then make its way down over here. So it's a really tight cut. Okay, I have one more wood panel to install here. And after I get done with this, then I can throw up the FRP panel. Watch me try to manage something like 35 TNut holes on one full panel. So it's going to be challenging to get all the holes to line up and drill them through. And this is solid. All right, got the template in over there, and as you can see where my bolts are at, I popped them through so it'll be easy to find them. Now I'll take that off, drill out all those bolt holes, and hopefully everything will match. I'll throw it up on top of the FRP panel and see what we get. All right, here's a test fit. It's a pain in the butt, this part of it, because it's such a big panel. Oh, I'm going through that one. So far so good. It's a little tight right here. There it is. Okay, that hole is a little off right there. So as long as I can get a screw to it, the holes will get covered up. Alright, got a little bit right here. A little bit right here. Not bad, not bad. Easy fix. Boom. Fixed. Okay, so the installation went really well. I just had one TNut fail back here on the bottom, on the very rear one in the bottom. And I should be able to just put a lag bolt in it, but I'll do that when I'm ready to make it permanent. Now I haven't glued this in yet. This was just a test fit, but I'm gonna leave it for a while. As you can see, it really conforms to the curves of the van. I mean, this stuff is really cool. It's really flexible. I mean, fiberglass reinforced plastic. So, I mean, look at that. You can bend this stuff. It's durable. It's a nice, cleanable surface. It's the same stuff they use in the restaurant industry, in their kitchens. It's health department compliant. So, and I decided to use this just because of how easy it is to keep it clean. I'll be able to use vinegar, bleach, whatever on this. And it took me a while because I wanted to make sure I had the infrastructure, the underpinnings good, and I'll be able to mount anything off of this. I used the 2x2, which is actually 1.5 by 1.5, because at some point the plan is to convert this all over to 80/20. I think it's a 15 series. But I'm almost thinking that I won't need to because of how stable this is. So we'll see. But I'll have that option available to me later on down the road. But for now, I'm super stoked. This turned out just like I wanted it. Everything's nice and tight. I just got to glue it in. Now that this part's done, I'll be able to really focus on my office space here in my galley. And I'm going to repeat this same process on the other wall over here when I get to it. And yeah, so if you like this, hit the like button, subscribe. Much more to come. And thanks for watching. No time to waste, time to get on this other side.